Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope y'all are doing awesome tonight. I got lights in my eyes again. As you're hopping on, say hello. The sun's still out, so I may not even need these lights. Gosh, can y'all believe the sun's out? It's crazy. Hey Lori. Y'all, this is watercolor paper. Y'all saw me use this back in the spring when we had the big bunny. I can't remember what it was called. Cottontail. Anyway, tonight we're going to be doing the apple orchard on this watercolor paper. Now, when I did it before, I had bought some of the thin lattice wood, and I don't have any. But that's how I'm going to fix it to hang it like it's a poster. Hey, how's everybody doing? And y'all, tonight the keyword is apple, because we're doing the apple orchard watercolor. And I tried to make it so you could see what I'm doing really easy. And if you got comments in the way, I think there's like an arrow you can push or slide to the right. It's always something different. Anyway, this paper is 18 by 24. And I do have a canvas. I'm going to try it on a canvas. I want to try it on like some barnwood. I got so many ideas for this one. How's it going? I hope everybody's doing good. And happy Taco Tuesday. Feed me tacos and tell me I'm pretty. No, just feed me tacos. Thanks for sprinkling. I need a secretary. All right, I'm going to go ahead and tear this paper out. And y'all, this transfer is huge. Look at how big it is. Let's get our paper out first. And this pack has 12 sheets in it. And I think I've used 2 or 3. They're very thick. This is nice paper. And it's large. I'm just feeling to see if either side's different. This one feels a little smoother. This one feels a little rougher. I think we're going to go with the smooth. You love tacos too? I do too. I'm trying to get my broadcast done. All right, now what I'm going to do, because we're going to be watercoloring the basket of apples, I'm going to go ahead and fuzz this. And listen, y'all, these big transfers, be careful. They can flip back on you. And I'm just going to add some fuzz to the back before I stick it on my paper. And y'all, I'm going to try this 2 different ways. I'm going to try it so that we don't have to re-chalk it with the black. But I'm going to wash it. I'm going to wash the apple basket. I'm going to clean it in between, just in case we need to do that. But I've done it 2 different ways. I've watercolored where I re-chalked over it, and then I have done it without re-chalking over it. So I'm just using 2 towels to speed up the process. And I see I got some fuzzy wuzzies. Oh, here. Y'all, I'm so excited about this one. I just love it. And listen, when are apples in season? I don't even know. Is it right now? Hey from North Alabama. Y'all, if you're new here, let me know you're new. So type new. My name's Debbie, Refresh Restyle. I am live most every day with some kind of project. If I'm not live, I'm posting reels. Hey from Fayetteville, Tennessee. I love Fayetteville, Tennessee. We lived in Fayetteville twice, I think. I got like it's probably a dog hair. Y'all know I'm babysitting some dogs. My grand dogs. They're so stinking cute. They're late in fall. Okay. Look, Hobby Lobby ain't got nothing on us. I know they got their fall and their Christmas stuff out. Or I've seen a little bit of the Christmas stuff. And y'all, this has like a border around it. And what I'm going to do is, one, I'm going to be careful. And I'm going to line it up. Because I'm going to cut off this end that has the... I need to move some of this. Okay, I think I got it straight. All right. So here's the plan. And I'll go ahead and tell you the colors. We're going to do Apple Orchard, and then Fuji, Honeycrisp, Golden, Delicious, Gala, and Cherry. Then I'm going to do the rest of this in black. Then we're going to go in and use Bark, Camel, and maybe some white on the basket. And then for the apples, I'm going to use some, I got to sneeze. Then we're going to use, I'm trying not to sneeze, Cherry, excuse me, Bumblebee, and maybe some orange peel on when we watercolor. And then I'm going to use some pesto and white for the leaves. But let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to try to do is do a one pass. And when I say one pass, that means I am going to clean the basket in case we need to, go back over. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to start out with the cherry on top up here on the Apple Orchard. Y'all, this is such a pretty color. And the reason I'm just going to, when I clean this, I'm only going to clean the center because that's what we'll reuse. And if we have to. I'm going to try to make it easy. When I say make it easy, it's easier to do the watercolor and then not have to clean your transfer and go back over it. So that's my plan. All right. And y'all, I did not wax this paper because this is really nice watercolor paper. Now I'm going to lift this. Y'all, this is gorgeous. And look, hopefully y'all can see it. I pushed my table back so y'all can see it. I'm going to try to hold this up. Let me get my dryer. Oh, it's under this. Anyway, I'm going to dry this a little bit. Whoops. My dryer's not wanting to cooperate. I'm going to do this. Now, be careful. If you do this, don't melt your transfer. You might not even know that's possible. It is possible. And then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go over the middle section all in black. That's probably not dry, but it's dry enough. And I'm just going to lightly put it back on here. So now we're doing all this in black. How's everybody doing? Y'all, I have some paste and I use it for painting. Need to add a little distilled water. And I do this often. Even though I chalk every day, I add water to my paste and stir it so that it doesn't dry out. And y'all, I mean, I go through it. You know I do. With all that I do. I'm so excited. I'm as excited. I was super excited with the Cottontail Farms. It was a big one like this. And I'm that excited with this. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to do the border. All right, we're going with black on the center. Everywhere. And y'all, this paper, it will make your paste dry pretty quick. So when you're chalking, go ahead and get on with it. You know, don't mess around. What y'all been doing today? I like to, when I get off the live, I go back and read and see what y'all been doing. I hope you've had a good day. Y'all, it has been beautiful here today. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And the temperature's been so nice. It does not feel like summer, or I don't even know if it is summer. I guess it's not summer until, what, June 21st or something like that? I feel like that's right. What day is summer? I want to try to find me some barn wood to put this on. Or maybe I'll just make my own barn wood. You know? And the supplies, if you type Apple, you're going to get a message from me with the supplies. And y'all, you know, with a $75 order, unless it's sold out, it's getting close to being sold out, you're going to get that kit. So if you hadn't got one, I know a lot of y'all have got your free kit. But it's probably going to run out tonight. It was as supplies last. All right. Now I'm going to lift this up. See, I told you it's starting to dry over here. Starting to dry. We're going to have to go back over that again. That's all right. Let's get this side. Yes. Perfection. Now this is a big one. Somebody says it's chalk suede. No, this is 18 by 24. I'm going to wet my paste again. This is 18 by 24 watercolor paper. I'm going to go back over this section right here because it had already started drying, y'all. So listen, when you're doing this part, go ahead and lift it up before it does dry. See what I'm saying? It's already drying in the screen. So pretty, thank you. Okay, all right. It's gorgeous. You went to the dentist? I hope you're doing okay. All right, now we're going back with our, and when you're lifting like that, make sure that it's down good. I don't think I am going to put the border on here because I'm going to make it like a poster. There's like a border that's going all the way around. All right. And this is cherry and it's beautiful. It's like perfect for apples. Okay. I've got to get ready. I need a bunch of hands. All right. I'm going to try to hold this up. Look at that, how pretty that is. Isn't it gorgeous? Now we're going to watercolor that, but before I do that, I'm going to put this over here to dry while we clean this. Now, this is going to be messy. I'll just go ahead and tell you. It's going to be messy. Messy, messy, messy. I'm really just going to try to clean that center area. And now, normally I would take this to my sink or my bathtub and clean it. Have y'all ever cleaned one this big? Look, I'm just getting like the bulk off. And like I said, I'm not going to clean the red because we're not going to use that. Woo! Now we're going to bring out a board eraser. You do them in the bathtub? Yeah, that's a good place. I know, I need more hands, that's right. Whenever I watercolor, I have done, like I said, I've done it two ways. I have done it where I put the transfer back on top of itself. And I've done it where I've just done the watercolor. And, you know, just did the watercolor itself. And if y'all are sitting here thinking that I'm making a mess, you are right. It is messy, messy, messy. I think I've just about got it where I want it. Hey, have y'all seen Barry? I think I need him to bring me another roll of paper towels. Paper towels. Barry keeps us stocked up with paper towels. Now, I didn't make my shirt. Isn't it funny? That Barry, he said it's so nice. He's been sitting outside. He's probably not even in here. He's probably not even watching. Whoop. I think some of y'all are saying something about cleaning it right away. I'm cleaning it because I'm probably going to reuse it. It says, feed me tacos and tell me I'm pretty. Isn't that funny? And like I said, I'm just cleaning the black area. The area that we, like where the basket is. I've had this shirt forever. I don't even know where I got it. Probably at one of those stores, you know, where they sell the stuff like that. And while, look, black will, it will stain your transfer, but I'm making sure that I'm just getting everything clear. I might as well get this red right. A little bit anyway. So you just want the screen to be clean, and we are close. And I'm just going to dry this with this towel, lay it over here, and then we're going to get to the fun part, watercolor. I got to make sure this red doesn't get on my paper too, and it shouldn't. I feel like I'm making a mess, and I am. Okay. So I'm cleaning the middle section because we're going to reuse it. But you can see through it. And you can see how messy it looks, but it will be fine. I just don't want to mess up my paper when we go back over it. All right, I'm going to put this over here and let it dry. All right. Now we got to make sure our watercolor paper, ooh, that's messy. Don't want to use that again this quick. Somebody was asking how this was done. And normally I just do a video when it's like so detailed. And I was like, I'm going to do it live. The red's fine. I mean, I cleaned that faster than I usually clean it. I just cleaned it because I'm going to be reusing part of it. Okay. So here's what we did. I'm going to dry it. Make sure that it's dry. Y'all see real life. Okay. Now I'm going to take some little, oh my gosh, I don't even know what those are called. Anyway, I put them in the supply list. And I'm going to take a little bit of red. I'm making my watercolors with my cherry. Whoops, I don't think that's open. With my bark. Oh, thank you. Listen, I hope this is a work of art when we're done. I hope it's more than cute. And some camel. Probably going to need some more of that red. Okay, some camel. We're going to do our basket with bark, camel, and probably some white. And the apple, I'm probably going to use a little bit of orange, maybe a little bit of bumblebee. But I want my apples to be really red. But you know how the light reflects on things? So you want it to have a little bit. I'm just going to put these on here because I'm going to be using those together. Anyway, you know how the light reflects on it. Let's see. And my pesto. And like, I like to mix, I'll probably mix some yellow with this. And possibly some white. So we're doing like a class tonight, y'all. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to start at the top and come down. So I'm going to start with my leaves. And I'm going to wet my brush. Well, actually put a little bit of water on this. Wet my brush, and I really need to wet these too. You know, because it's watercolor. It should not be solid unless you want it to be solid. Hey, hey, hey. All right. And I'm starting up here, and I know leaves are kind of darker in the middle. Let me see. I feel like I'm gonna need a water. All right, let's do this. And listen, if you can't see, and look, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to try to do it so that I don't have to apply the black. Can y'all see that? It's wet, so I don't want it to run. So hopefully y'all can see from your angle. And I'm not doing them, like I'm going to go back with some yellow and maybe some white, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and do all the leaves. And, you know, you can use your imagination as to exactly where you want to put the color. We will fill them all the way in. I'm just trying to get this one particular color on here now. And y'all, this is really, really easy. It looks difficult, and like I said, it looks like art. Now, I think I'm going to get a little bit of white, put it in here. You can't, that's like a subtle difference right there. I'm trying to make sure I don't put my arm back on top of what I've already done. And y'all, I sometimes get out of the line a little bit, but that really makes it look that makes it look artsy too, you know? And now I brought in a little bit of the bumblebee on that one. Because, you know, leaves have a little bit of yellow, like when they've been sitting there, it's been picked, you know, off the tree. So the leaf will have a little bit of like a color change. And look, how many of you guys like to color? I like to use a color book, which I hadn't in a long time, but I love it. Okay, let me grab a little more yellow. So I want y'all to see a look, you know, the difference in the color tones. And listen, you can use, we got several greens that would be pretty. You love coloring? Oh, yes. And, you know, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that I don't think you're going to have to go back over the black unless you just want to. Now, you can do the same technique on, let me look and see if I got all the leaves. You can use the same technique on, like if you were painting this on wood, if you were putting it on a canvas. Oh, look, I missed this big one. Were y'all gonna just let me miss that? I was like, what is that? Is that part of it? We're gonna paint that like it is. So look at nature, look in nature for like the colors of the leaves and that kind of stuff. And you can go back, like if you want to add something darker. All right, that's a stem. All right. Maybe that's, I don't know if that's an apple or a leaf. All right, I'm gonna dry this real quick so I can hold it up and y'all can see it. But what are you thinking so far? What do you think? Have a little yellow right there. Loving it. All right, let me hold it up so y'all can see. Can you see? So we just did the green. Now we're going to start with the apples. And I'm just going to use this brush that I was already using. Just clean it off a little bit. I'm going to start with the water and my cherry. Hopefully y'all can see this okay. Hey Eva, how you doing? All right. And now whenever you're thinking about art, you want to think about where the light's coming from. So for instance, if you paint all these apples, you'll want to put, say the sun's coming from this way. You want to put like a lighter color on one side. If that makes sense. Okay. So I feel like the darker spots are where like the black lines are. So we're going to start there with our concentration. But like I said, I want my apples to be pretty red. But we're gonna I'm just adding water to the paste. And I'm gonna kind of go around and do like what I feel like is the darker area. Then I'm gonna come back and mix a little yellow with it. You can mix some white. Really, this part is like totally up to you, you know, what you want it to look like. And somebody just said some golden delicious apples. Yes, that would be pretty too. But I tell you, I'm a huge fan of the crispy red apples. All right. Let's get in here with a little bit more different color. Because you want it to kind of blend. So you're going to be going back and forth with your red, your orange, or your yellow, whatever you're gonna do, you know, do with it. You kind of want to keep the edge wet. And see, I'm just dipping in this yellow. Because some of them are going to be more red, some of them are going to be more yellow. And then somebody said they're going to have some golden, delicious apples. All right. This one's on top, so it's got a shinier spot. Pink Lady. Oh, I like Pink Lady too. I'm going to dry this part so I can hold it up and y'all can see it. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. Honey Crisp. Like them. Okay. Let's roll. We're rolling. So keep your edge wet so you can blend. And look, do y'all like it when I do tutorials like this? Let me know. All right. Now, I think I'm going to dip into a little bit of white. And you can see the difference that makes. It makes a little bit of difference there. You can experiment because you can go back over this if you don't like it. Or if you do what I just did, I got a little red in my green. But like I said, this is like the fun part. And that one I feel like needs a little more. Okay. This is definitely the fun part. Let's do a little orange on this one. And look, there's no right or wrong. I was feeling like that one's a little too pink. Which is totally fine if that's what you want. Okay. Do y'all see it coming together? It is, I don't know, it just brings it alive. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, can you tell I'm excited? I am. Thank you, Susie. And look, you can do this. Don't be afraid to do it because it is super simple. And look, if you get a little mix in there, that's perfectly fine. Now I'm going back into my orange and I'm going to kind of blend this. Because when I look at apples, I see red, I see yellow, I see, you know, all of that. All right, I'm just going to keep going. And y'all see what I'm doing? I kind of start out with my non-blend at first. And you can, like I said, you can blend white, or like I'm using white bumblebee or orange peel. This one's kind of in a dark area, so I'm just going to make it, I'm not going to add any highlights to that one. And I'm looking at this. Okay, I'm thinking this is one apple here, and then there's one behind it. And look, just the difference of the, like the amount of water you have on your brush is also a way to shade. Let's do a little white on this one. Because it's kind of over here in the like open area. And look, y'all tell me what you think. Like if you see one I need to make a little bit darker. And this is, y'all, this is not a special paintbrush. This is just a paintbrush from Walmart. And if there's any watercolor artists on here, y'all just ignore me. Just ignore me. Okay. Now let me dry this. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Thanks, Peggy. Y'all, like I said, I was so excited about this. I see a few stems. Let me get some bark. My bark is drying out. I gotta fix it. I feel like that's a stem right there. I can't really tell what that's doing. I'm just adding a little brown right here because I feel like that's like the bottom, you know, where it goes into the apple. Okay. Do they look real? Do they look dimensional? I hope so. Listen, who's gonna... Apples on the bottom. Yeah. Remember I said I'm gonna start at the top and come this way. And I was gonna do the basket, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish these. Did you think I forgot the ones on the bottom? No way. Susie, that's so funny. Looks good enough to eat. I love it. I love it. All right, we're going to put a little white right here. I'm going back into the red. Who's going to do theirs? Who's going to do theirs as like the Golden Delicious? Somebody must have just hopped on. I'm watering down chalk paste to make the watercolor. I love watercoloring too. It's so much fun. I'm putting a little bit of orange on these too also. You know, maybe they fell on the ground and they kind of, you know, whatever happens when they fall on the ground. Can you tell I don't know much about an apple orchard? I know a lot about eating apples though. I know I love them. You gonna do some green ones? That's fun. Love it. I like green apples too. But give me my red apple and some peanut butter. And I'm good. I should leave the peanut butter off. I'm saying that I'm eating healthy when I'm eating my peanut butter and apple snack. Apple dumplings. Oh, that sounds good too. I hope y'all are having fun because I'm having fun. And listen, if you're a Perks member, we're gonna have somebody from Chalk is gonna be demoing a watercolor idea too in the design studio. And if you're a Perks member, you should have gotten an email from me that has a link to that group. That one's looking like a little bit of an apple to me. I mean a tomato. But I know it's not. I know it's not. Not supposed to be anyway. Sometimes I like to go back with the color. Your mama used to make homemade apple butter. I love it. You know what we have had recently And it comes in a pack. And it's like croissants, but you roll it up like in a triangle. But it comes with a little pack of apples. Apple turnovers, I think is what it is. We used to have that a lot when we were growing up. And I didn't even know they still had it. And I saw it at Walmart one day and I got it. And Barry's like, oh my gosh, don't get that anymore. That's too good. But then, of course, I did. I got it again. Because, I mean, when it's too good, you want to have it a couple of times. Right? I got a little bit of, a little bit of white in with that. And y'all, I'm liking the way this looks. I'm not going to go back over it with the black. What do y'all think? Usually it kind of, you can't really see it, but I think it's working out perfectly, and that'll make it easier on you to not go back over it. Let's see. I watercolored this bicycle also. I've watercolored several things. If you missed them, they're like in the video section. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy with my apples. Let's go ahead. Leave it as is. Yes, I agree. That way, you don't feel like you got to do it. I'm not doing it. This right here is a really red, delicious apple. I feel like this one needs a little darkness down here. Like I said, you can kind of, like, once you get them done, you can kind of look back at it and see what you want to do. Like if you want to change anything. I'm going to be very careful. Hey, how's it going? What? And apple blossoms are kind of pink, aren't they? Look, I say they're kind of pink, and then I just grab the pink. I mean, I'm doing red and white. And I don't know if y'all heard me say this last night, but whenever you are mix and paste, if you mix it like on your design, it looks more natural. Oh gosh. Leave it to me. I hope they're pink because these are going to be pink. Are they? Oh, and y'all, the keyword tonight is apple. And if you see your comment being deleted, it's really not. You'll still be able to see your comment, but for some reason, Facebook likes to say that it's deleting comments, even though it's not. Oh, I don't want this apple over here to be perfectly white. We'll mix a little yellow with it. Because, you know, when they're sitting out, they do turn yellow. Unless you spray them with. Oh, my goodness. The basket. All right. What do y'all think so far? Do you like the red apples, or would you do them a different color? And y'all, can you see how big this is? It's really big. Really big. Okay. Now let's do the basket. That had some green. I think we'll be fine. You're going to do yours pale pink. That'll be so pretty. All right. Now I'm going to add quite a bit of this is bark. This is the darker brown. Get this stuff out of the way. What do y'all think? Do you love it? And look, I'm just going to do this. Just like this. No rhyme or reason. Just adding some of the darker in here. You know, the basket, they're not like just one solid color. I mean, if you wanted to do it like a solid color, you could. But when you look at everything, especially like things in nature, there's not really anything that's like a solid color. There's always light and dark. Aspects of everything. I better slow down and get me a different color, or I'm going to have too much. Okay. I'm going to blend. Now this next color that I'm using is Camel. And I put all of these in the supply list. I put the link for the paper. But like I said, you can use the same technique if you're more water. If you're going to be like doing this on a piece of wood, this is really watered down. Because I want it to have dimension. I don't want it to be solid. So if you're using this on a wood, if you're using it on a chalkboard, if you're using it on whatever, you can still use this, you know, dark and light technique that I'm using. If y'all have any questions, you can put them in the comments. I'm going to go ahead. And then I'll go back and add some dark. And look, you don't really have to be careful. I mean, because you do, in my opinion, you want it to look like a piece of art. But that's just my opinion. So, you know, whenever you're painting, you can do it any way you want. That's the great thing about crafting or painting or whatever. You're holding the paintbrush. And that's the fun part of it, isn't it? Totally the fun part. And look, I know a lot of y'all already bought this transfer. Now you could just do it in one color, like on a black chalkboard, all white. You know, there's so many options. I'm just going through, adding a little bit of what I call texture with the paint, and this isn't paint, this is chalk paste. I say paint because we're painting with it. Let's go back to the lighter one. Hey, hey, hey. Are some of y'all just hopping on? Look, normally I'm on and off of here like so quick. I had so many people that wanted me to show them how I do this. Look, you can do it. The way I do it, you can come up with your own technique. There's no rules in crafting, right? I always say I'm a risky crafter. Okay. I think I need to, let's add a little brown on our little piece of apple. Because we know that apple's been sitting there for a while. Oh my gosh. I like to make up little stories with my artwork. Now, I like I said, I do have to, I've got to get some of that, I think it's called lattice wood, to make this so I can hang it. I'm seeing little spots that I want to do a little better. I mean, you can have some white, that's totally up to you. And y'all, I don't know how long I've been on here, but I don't think it's been that long. And whenever you're finished with this and you hang it in your kitchen or your dining room or wherever you're going to hang it, you are going to be so proud of yourself. Thank you, Patty. Thank y'all so much. So, if you paint one, be sure to message it to me. And look at that. It's still a little damp. I've got these two, really they're not real doors, or decorative doors that Barry got me for Christmas one year. And anytime I do something that I love, I hang it kind of in the middle of those doors. So after I get my pieces of wood to make my hanger, I'll take a picture of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful. And remember, if you're a Perks member, make sure you're in the design studio, because there'll be another demo in there. And this is 12 by 18. I'm sorry, it is 18 by 24 watercolor paper. But you could use barn wood, you could use painted wood, you could use anything. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to share it out so other people can see it, and hopefully join us on these crafting nights. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all later, and be sure to keep sprinkling and then type apple if you want the supplies. Bye, y'all.